They say when a good man starts falling, people don't ask what went wrong. They ask who attacked him. Michael's story didn't begin with failure. It began with favor. In the city, if you mention the top 3 restaurants, clean, classy, consistent, Michael's name would always come up.
Yes,
Not because he was loud.
It really is. Great choice.
Not because he bragged, but because excellence followed him quietly. His restaurant wasn't just a place to eat. It was a place people felt respected. Staff were paid on time. Customers were treated like family. Even competitors secretly admired what he had built. Michael believed that when people are comfortable, productivity grows. So he made life easier for everyone around him. Too easy, some would later say. At his age, people whispered. He's too young for this level of recognition. Who is backing him? Connections don't just fall from heaven. In Africa, success must always have a shadow. When the Restaurant Owners Association began discussing who would become their next president, Michael's name surfaced naturally. Not because he campaigned, but because results campaigned for him. And that was when the trouble began. One restaurant owner in town, older, influential, deeply political, felt threatened. He had been eyeing that position for years. To him, Michael was not just competition.
Fix it now.
Michael was an insult.
No, I don't want it.
You think you can just rise like that? He once said quietly. You'll learn how things work here. Michael laughed it off. That was mistake number 1. Because not every enemy announces war loudly. Soon, strange things started happening. Suppliers delayed deliveries without explanation. Long-term customers began reducing visits. A sudden increase in expenses Michael couldn't trace. Cash flow tightened. At first, Michael thought it was seasonal. Then he missed payroll. For the first time since opening, he couldn't pay his workers. Debt crept in quietly, like termites eating from inside. Staff started murmuring. Some stopped showing up. Others stayed but lost motivation. And that was when the voices came. This is spiritual. Someone is fighting you. You need to renew your juju. You don't rise this fast without enemies. Michael began to pray harder, but not smarter. He fasted. He attended vigils. He rebuked invisible forces. But nothing changed. Because sometimes, the problem isn't spiritual. Sometimes, it's structural. But Michael couldn't see that yet. Pride, subtle pride, had crept in unnoticed. He trusted people too blindly. Delegated without accountability. Assumed loyalty where there was only convenience. His manager, someone he trusted with operations, had been making quiet decisions without transparency. Altering reports. Covering inefficiencies. Shifting blame. And Michael never checked. Because success had made him comfortable. Then one evening, as Michael sat in his office staring at unpaid invoices, the gate man knocked gently. Sir, may I say something? Michael almost waved him away. But exhaustion softened his heart. The gate man spoke slowly. Sir, that man you sacked last year, the strategic officer. Emmanuel. I don't think he was guilty. Michael froze. Emmanuel. The name landed heavy. Emmanuel had been brilliant. Quiet. Structured. The kind of mind that thinks 5 steps ahead. But the manager had accused him of misconduct. Presented documents. Spoke convincingly. Michael didn't investigate. He trusted the wrong voice. Emmanuel was dismissed without defense. The gate man continued. Sir, I overheard conversations back then. Things didn't add up. Maybe you should reach out. But first, find out why he was truly removed. That night, Michael couldn't sleep. He began digging. And what he found broke him. False reports. Manipulated figures. Lies layered carefully over time. The manager had removed Emmanuel because Emmanuel saw too much. By morning, Michael knew the truth. But damage had already been done. Meanwhile, Emmanuel's own story had taken a different road. After losing his job, Emmanuel didn't fight back publicly. He didn't curse Michael. He didn't gossip. He fasted. 7 days. Not to ask God to punish anyone. Not to demand revenge. But to ask for clarity and direction. God, he prayed. Don't vindicate me. Give me something better. Days passed. Weeks. Months. Nothing happened. Silence can be cruel. Bills piled up. Rent loomed. Savings vanished. Eventually, Emmanuel did what many overlook. He humbled himself. He started a laundry business. Washing other people's clothes. A former strategic officer, now handling dirty garments. Some laughed. Some pitied him. Some avoided him. But Emmanuel learned something powerful in that season. Dignity is not in the title. It's in obedience. Then one day, Michael reached out. An apology. A confession. An invitation. Not to return to the same position, but something higher. The board, after uncovering internal fraud, removed the manager. They needed someone who understood systems, people, and integrity. They needed Emmanuel. He was appointed as consultant and overall operations manager. When Emmanuel stepped back into that environment, he didn't gloat. He worked. Quietly. Efficiently. Truthfully. Slowly, systems were restored. Losses were traced. Processes corrected. But here came the twist. The association election came. Michael lost. Not because of spiritual attacks. Not because enemies won. But because his restaurant performance, affected by negligence and delayed accountability, had dropped. Leadership demands consistency. And perception matters. The same people who once praised him now doubted his capacity. Michael sat alone that night. No prayers. No fasting. Just reflection. He realized something painful. Not every battle is spiritual. Some are managerial. Some are emotional. Some are consequences. Ignorance is expensive. Negligence is louder than witchcraft. Michael learned that trusting blindly is not kindness, it's carelessness. That humility includes checking systems, not just praying over them. That discernment is a responsibility, not a gift you ignore. And Emmanuel learned patience. He learned that delay is not denial. That sometimes God removes you not because you failed, but because the environment is about to collapse. The laundry business didn't embarrass him. It refined him. Today, Michael is rebuilding, wiser, quieter, more grounded. And Emmanuel. He leads operations with integrity born from pain. Both men learn the same lesson on different paths. Sometimes, everything is not a spiritual attack. Sometimes, it is our ignorance. Our negligence. Our refusal to look inward. And until we learn that, we will keep fighting demons that don't exist, while ignoring the discipline we lack.